was just, they said it was illegal touching, so someone would have had to been covered up, ineligible.
Joe?
As regards to the run game, defending the run, how difficult was it with Deontay Lawson going out, moving Campbell more into the microphone role, and what that ended up having to do for you guys at the Wolf position?
Yeah, at the linebacker position there. Yeah, I mean, anytime you lose a great player like Deontay, it's going to affect you. His leadership, he is the guy that makes a lot of the calls on the football field. Just seems like he's always in control. We have trust and belief in the guys that come in with JJ, and there's those guys take a lot of reps, and he's played a lot this year too. But yeah, I mean, Deontay, and you lose any of your captains, your top players, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you. Just your demeanor, emotionally, but also, just the execution on the field.
Go, Charlie.
You mentioned Jalen, just the turnovers in general. What do you say to Jalen after that second interception goes for a touchdown, coming back to that
Yeah, I think stepping back, I just felt like early in the game, there was different things. I mean, drops, just flat-out drops, balls we lost in the lights, just different uncharacteristic things, weird things that happened. And I thought he was actually putting the ball where he needed to. We just needed to help him out a little bit. The screen pass, they jump it, and you have to assume that those blocks are going to happen, and you're reading a different defender. But then there's the pick six that goes the other way, and I don't know if he, just didn't see him or predetermined things. But there's still a lot of game left, and I felt like a lot of things he was doing, he was fighting and battling and doing a lot of things well for our football team, and we just all needed to be a little better. So I thought he kept battling. I looked in his eyes, and I think he's come a long ways all season long, and just the way he wants to go out there and keep leading the team, and the guys kept fighting for him. And so that's just pretty much what I shared with him. Just have no regrets. Go out there and keep swinging.
Go back row, Tony.
Right here, Coach. You have a lot of players in this locker room that haven't been in this position before. What do you tell them, and how do you kind of keep things together, heading into the Iron Bowl and the rest of the season?
Yeah, I mean, that's the commitment we make to each other when we come in here. When you sign up to play for Alabama, you make that commitment to each other and the brotherhood, and there's nothing in that room right now that says that there's anyone saying it's someone else that needs to be better. It's win and lose as a team, and we made that commitment also, not just for each other, but that we're going to finish, and we're going to finish everything we do, and that it's a big game next week, and so we got to regroup, stick together. The right things are said in there by the guys, as much as they're hurting, and just keep playing and have pride in who we are and finish the job.
Staying on back row, Colin.
Do you have an idea of what, Deontay Lawson's status is?
I don't. It's going to be a lower extremity injury. We'll evaluate, further here when we get back.
Go ahead, Chase.
The running game, Coach, was 30 for 70. Did you see the offensive line struggle or something else that led to that?
Well, I think I have a lot of confidence in what we can do running the football. But I also think you got to credit a little bit of who they are and what they do defensively. We knew it would be a physical game, just some times where we got to stay on blocks, maintain blocks. In the second half, again, the game gets away from you. Some of the things that we just weren't quite as clean on maybe in the first half, and you want to be better at, you're not able to call, and then, the penalties there in the fourth quarter get you behind the sticks as well. So, it becomes a pass-happy game, to try to catch up and lengthen the game to try to give yourself a chance to win. But, yeah, we didn't run it as well as we would have hoped early in the game. And I think it's a little bit of both. I think usually what I've seen from us is that the 2 or 3 yard gains become 4 or 5 and some game breakers. And we just never got to those game breakers because we didn't get a chance to really, hammer away, enough, with the normal down at distances and the normal flow of a game.
Last two questions. Go ahead, Eric, on the far right here, Coach.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jackson Arnold's quarterback run game and also Xavier Robinson, the way he was able to just be a physical runner tonight.
Yeah, I mean that was the story for them. You know, was those guys, you know, inside, outside, different ways. You know, just moving the chains and then you know hitting the explosives that you know that they had. And so, you know, it seemed like they were always falling forward. You know, and again, like you said, there's explosive plays that they had. So you know, got to credit the toughness that they had. I think he carried it over 20 times in the game, both of them right around that. So, you know, credit to those guys on staying with their game plan, doing what they needed to do to win.
Let's go to the last question right here.
Coach, you mentioned the things that they did to make things tough. What were some of the specifics with Jalen and I guess what made life hard for him and you guys tonight?
Well, I go back again. I mean, kind of, I felt like there were some things that are pretty easy that we just didn't happen for us too. You know, just short little concepts that you know would have moved the chains, easy throws and catches. You know, some drops early that take you off the field. Some third down conversions that we missed on. An explosive play where you know again the ball we can't find it. You know, and those were some of the momentum things that early in the game kind of took the wind out of our sails a little bit. Put them on the field. They kind of start churning the yards on the ground, winning the time of possession there, and just you know we couldn't get over the hump tonight, and that's the unfortunate thing.